right, thank you very much. It's see, in my head, I'm doing this thing where I'm pretending like I'm raising money for somebody because he's homeless and needs to eat, and it's kind of like a game, and we just made our goal, and it's like a mental game, and I'm all excited about it.
Well, Mr. Rusty, you'll have a room in the penthouse to yourself called the meditation room. Then I suppose you'll need it.
Awesome, thank you. Mastertation room. Well, I
Yeah.
guess meditation for everybody else. I am the master, so.
Perhaps, perhaps you can start a class.
What? I'm sorry.
Perhaps you can start your own class teaching people how to become a master of meditation.
Yeah, so I could do that. Make everybody get along, maybe.
I'm
I could be the
sure.
first guru in Sinaris.
One moment. We got a couple of biters up ahead, so keep your head on a swivel. What's that? One second. What's that over there?
Yes, sir.
It seems somebody's putting up fortifications to the right next to the railroad tracks.
Yes, at that greenhouse, I saw them when I came through, but I didn't hear nobody, but I did hear gunshots in the distance to the south. Or the east, I
Oh,
guess, southeast.
and
Southwest, whichever.
in a situation where, say, men with bad intentions seek to harm us, how good of a shot are you with your gun?
I am not too bad. I've been practicing. Like I said, I was really good with a Nerf gun. She did not know I had a BB gun as well that I got from a friend.
All right. Well,
So I got very, very good. I think I'm a good aim.
if she hits the
I
fan,
learned how to. When you
prepared.
see when you do a BB gun, you have to account for for the BB drop, and I imagine it's the same thing with bullets, only a lot faster and farther.
Perhaps you're right there, but you should be ready to deal with aggression if they decide they want what we have.
What should I do? Should I pull out my gun and then yell and scream at them and run towards them?
Only if things become violent. If wait for my cue after this.
Okay. You're the boss.
I will say the key word will be this is bad for business. And once I say that, that means get ready to retaliate or hold them hostage or fire back, depending on the situation where it goes. But the term will be bad for business.
Yes, we don't want the bad business. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna have to drink soon. But there should be a well up here somewhere. Yes, at the police station, I think.
Revitalize there for a moment. We've got quite the walk ahead of us, but the place I will be showing you is quite secure and very easy to fortify once you get the tools in order.
Awesome. I think that you'll like my base too if you end up coming to mine. It could be a satellite base type thing, you know. Do you use it when we're up north or something? It's fairly large if nobody's got into it yet. I have to get up there and check on it today because I haven't been there in a while.
Well, I do have a shipment of guns scheduled to arrive at some point, and perhaps you can stash them there just in case shit hits the fan.
That would be very messy.
How long have you been on your own for, Mr. Rusty?
I've been here for about a week, almost a little over a week.
You haven't made any friends yet, have you?
Just a couple acquaintances, that's it. But I've only seen them once.
Well, once you know where I'm living, and you fill out the proper employment papers, you have a full-time job with me if you are willing, Mr. Rusty.
That would be amazing. Anything for protection right now, and there's a bigger chance that I might run into my Aunt Bertha if there's community gatherings and stuff.
And I will show you the corporate structure once my associates once they arrive.
Yes, sir.
Seems this place seems to be abandoned, or
They didn't want to finish it. Maybe it was too hard to defend because they're not very smart putting it here.
there are a lot of biters in town here, so I saw several on the street to our left.
We should go over here and get the water. I'm used to crouching and running through, like, running through towns. I'm not used to walking upright.
It seems they have added some more fortifications to this side. You get some water,
Oh, no, it's a
Mr.
zombie.
Mr. Rusty. I'll take care of this miscreant. Let's continue on. Too bad we don't have a car to transport this generator.
Yes, it's pretty heavy.
You said your home was in Electro or up north?
My home is up north in Olsha. Right north of Electro is the place I thought was going to be my home, but if I'm hearing these rumors about it, it's going to, I'm not so sure anymore.
All right, here's the plan. Let's stash this generator in the tree line, and we can make haste towards Chernogorsk and scout out the locations for where I'd like to set up the fight club.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay, so we're here at the end of the wall by this map, and we'll take it and put it in these two big old trees over here, so it's all camouflaging.
The thing about Chernogorsk, they have a large industrial zone, so we might get lucky and find one closer, not to lug this thing the entire way.
Oh, that went up into the air. Uh-oh, hold on.
It seems he set it on a branch. Should be fine there.
It's okay, it's up on a branch up there. It's holding a little bit stronger now. We'll get blown down by the wind.
Yeah, we can make haste and not have to walk the entire way, because it's quite the distance to walk. It's looking at a 2.5-hour journey, perhaps. I had some of my men lug a treasure chest full of supplies once, and it took them about 3 hours from...
Ouch!
Allow me.
We don't need it. Actually, we don't need it.
Oh, well.
Hold on, my turn. No zombies! I hear zombie! You got this. We just wanted to kill that little... He's like the road runner. Jesus.
This will be some good food for later.
I do have meat and fat on me already cooked. That's the last thing I did was people to let me go to the community. I got in, nobody, when I woke up, nobody was there, so I heard this big old elk, and I went and I hunted him, and I killed him, and made a lot of food.
I don't have any extra
And a
room
spear at the
for
time.
these chicken steaks.
Watch this, hold on. Where's the bush? A bush right there. It's not letting, oh, come on. Oh, it's the wrong one. Sorry, I used my knuckles, I forgot I had them. So we cut this right here. Now we have a long stick, and we come back up here where you killed the chicken. Where's the? Oh, there they are, the bones. We take the bones, and we combine them on our spear, and we make a Lord of the Flies spear.
Well, Mr. Rusty, you're quite, I guess, useful and handy.
Guns down, boys. Guns down. Guns down.
Oh, I don't have a gun, sir.
Hey,
Here, let me put that
Hands
down.
up. Hands up.
There's no
Hands up.
need for none
Yes,
of this.
sir.
Hands up.
Yes,
Get on your
sir.
knees.
Yes, sir.
Get on your knees. What are you boys doing? Popping shots off like willy-nilly.
We're
We
hunting
killed
for
the
the chicken.
You were hunting for a chicken.
You see
Yes,
the
you want
bones
some
right
of the
there.
meat? You can have the meat.
No, I don't want the meat. What do you got on you?
I
Just,
have a pistol and a submachine gun, and hold on, let me see what else. I can't because my hands are up. I have 2 weapons and a couple knives, and then some food, and some drinks, and some sewing, and stuff like that, and some more food, I guess.
What do you have?
similar stockpile, but mostly civilian things like food, knives, can opener, things along that line.
You you act a lot like my Aunt Bertha's usual boyfriends. Have you maybe seen my Aunt Bertha out there? I've been searching for
No.
her. You don't even know what she looks like.
Alright. You pull any funny shit, I'm gonna kill you. Get up.
All right. Pardon me.
You can put your hands down.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic sometimes.
Are you,
It's fine.
if you don't mind me asking, you seem to be in a desperate situation. Why is that, if you don't mind me asking? Bad string of luck?
Mm-hmm. Well... Alright, you guys can get the fire, babe. I'll just watch you.
We were making a fire? Why were we making a fire?
It's because it's fucking raining, Mr. Rusty.
Oh, well, yes, sir. I am getting wet. I'm sorry.
So,
I guess
you
we can
know.
go ahead and cook that meat we just got.
Let me
Is
get
it
some
okay? Oh, I don't have my axe. Oh, no, I don't have my axe. I'll make kindling and stuff. I am pulling out my knife. Please don't shoot me.
You know,
I'll
your
make
boys are
kindling
mighty...
and dugouts.
Your boys are mighty unlucky. You know that?
Why are you going to kill us?
No, I'm not gonna kill you.
In any situation where I'm guns pointed at me, it seems not to be the best situation in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
It makes
You
my
got
butthole
matches?
pucker.
I do.
No, I will make a dugout.
Okay.
We don't need matches.
You boys talk to anybody on those walkies?
Unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure to make many friends these days. Still in the process.
Yeah, me neither.
I tried
again,
to.
Then again, it's hard to make friends with people when you point guns in their face.
Exactly. But may I offer you this? But first, I'd like to get something formal between us. I am Mr. Waycrest, and I'd assume the pleasure's mine. But
Find a bush.
if you wouldn't mind indulging me, what was your name?
You can call me Wolf. I don't feel comfortable giving out my real name. I'm a bit of a wanted man.
Fair enough. You seem quite handy with a gun, though. You like alcohol, choice of drugs, or entertainment? I would say.
Why are you asking?
Well, I have a little venue I'm working on. It's called Den of Vice, and I might need some security sometime, and maybe the gentleman like yourself might be interested in partaking in some of the fruits the world has to offer these days.
Where's this venue at?
It's going to be constructed in Chernogorsk. We're still in the process of making business partners, but I wouldn't usually offer it to a man who, holds myself up, but desperate
You said you need
times,
security.
I do need security. Yes, yes, and
Does anybody have a
I
rag?
prefer my security to be a bit ruthless. That is. I do have a rag.
Well, considering I haven't shot you yet, I have plenty of chance to. You can take that with you can take that however you want. But what do I get out of it?
Well, a safe place to sleep, payment, and of course all the drink and drugs you'd love, and of course there's the entertainment in the arena. It's gonna be called the Den of Vice. There's drugs, alcohol, gambling, and entertainment. And music's once we get a musician aboard, but there's plenty of.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, there's plenty of other things. Mr. Rusty here is gonna be our
Hold on.
head technician with setting up the lights and the more technical things. Seems to be the position he will be looking for.
Where's all that
You know-
bark I had?
I might just know the perfect guy for you.
Is that so?
He lives in Cherno. Or not, wait, was it Cherno? Or was it... Yeah, it was Cherno.
Sure, no, that's even better.
Yeah. He likes to party, let's say.
Well, my venue is definitely the place for these kind of things, and I'm not against the blood sport either. So if two fellows want to kill each other in the arena, I say I'm more for it. Mr. Yellow will come back.
Right.
You can put logs in the fuel in the fire if you like right now.
Mr. Rusty, let's find a place with cover so we don't have to stand out here in the open, and perhaps we can.
Oh, I've already
conversate
made
there
it
better.
all.
You could probably pick it up and carry it with you.
Take the logs out, you can carry it with you, I'm pretty sure. Logs can be quite heavy sometimes. You can pick your spear up, by the way. Put it on your back.
Oops, what happened to it?
It's right there in the grass, right there.
Right there. Crafty handsmanship, making a spear.
I think it disappeared for me.
I would say Mr. Rusty here is full of surprises. I met him down the road earlier, and he seems to be quite handy.
Where are we going? I'll just make another one.
I'll live up to Wolf. He seems to.
I can't see it in my eyes.
Nope, I don't see it either.
I think I took
I'll
it
let
all
you-
apart. That's why.
I'll let you gentlemen find a suitable spot.
Alright, this way then. There's a tavern this way, or at the docks there might be. Pardon me, I'm getting one of those aneurysms again. Headaches. There we go.
We could go into a house where they have a stove or something so it's safer. And we're not getting wet.
How's it going, man? Welcome, Fubar. I tried finding the Discord earlier today. Oh,
Somebody's hot talking.
pardon me, it's aneurysms.
I understand completely. Is this just me or is this him? I guess. Okay, yes. Hello. Oh, there he is. It's okay. Are you having strokes?
I get these horrible migraines occasionally that really fuck with my head.
They used to happen to me a lot.
It lags the body.
But I'm just a little bit better now, yes. Some people call it mental retreadation, where you get retreaded like a tire. All right, you can. Oh, there's the log. We need one more log, probably. Another log. Actually, we should probably have 2 or 3 of them.
Luckily for me, these head pains only last a short moment.
We need like 2 more logs, if probably to last any kind of time. Any good amount of time.
I suppose we go with them as a group then.
Yes,
Before we don't want to
please.
waste the fire. Somebody has an axe. I don't have an axe.
I have an axe, no worries.
All right, yes, let's just go knock down a tree real quick, and we'll all carry the wood back, or I will. There we go. There's one.
Mr. Rusty, are you familiar with dry cleaning by any chance?
Dry cleaning, like how to wring out clothes. Ooh, watch out! You almost got me.
Yeah, it's for you know how to press a suit.
Press a suit. I know that if I take everything out of clothing, I can make them dry. Or used to be able to. I don't know if I still know how to do that. You can use your axe and cut up that wood too. It makes more.
This should be enough.
The woody chop should
Oh,
be
this will be
sufficient
enough. This will be enough. Yes. I got 3 of them.
I apologize in advance, I'm not good with names, but Mr. Suit, I couldn't help but notice that you loaded your shotgun earlier.
Right before you approached me, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, oh, pardon me. I missed 2 shots on the chicken, so I made sure it was topped off, of course.
Right. Like I said, as long as you don't pull any funny shit, you'll come out of this alive. And with all your fingers and toes, whatnot.
Yeah, understood.
So, need security.
Yep, and especially somebody who is, I would say, quite ruthless, because when you start
I'll
a
be
business,
right back.
there is no.
I won't leave you, boss. Please trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
I need a long stick so we can cook this meat. Where's the bush? Where's the bush? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, so you find that I can be quite ruthless.
It's these days, you got to be very strict when running a business, especially when you want to reach the top.
Mm-hmm.
And considering that you didn't kill me or make unreasonable demands, I figure maybe at some point a mutual respect will be made for each other down the road.
Yes, I think you'll find I have no pleasure in taking from the poor, but only from the wealthy.
Well, if you stay with me, you'll probably become one of the wealthy then, because I have big plans for this country, especially of starting a venue that is called the Den of Vice.
Do you think I'm not
Mr.
already
Bandit,
wealthy?
sir.
Well, considering that you gotta...
Am I talking to you?
Well, I was just gonna ask you if you wanted chicken or venison.
I'm quite fine, thank you. So you don't think I'm wealthy?
Sorry.
I wouldn't say wealthy, but there's always more room for further wealth.
Of course.
But considering the fact that you seem to be very well equipped, I would say you have a decent amount of wealth. Considering what wealth is considered these days. But this venue I seek to start is going to become a point of interest in this country, and there's going to be those who want to take from it, and there's going to be those who wish to cause issues, that being of morale or wanting a piece of the action. But you know what this country needs? It needs entertainment. It needs a place to get your aggressions out, and
I can give you entertainment.
Yes. And I think you would enjoy the entertainment I seek to provide. It's definitely not for the meek of heart, but I would love to make allies of
It's
mutual.
getting hot.
I can give you entertainment. Is that what you seek?
Entertainment.
No, I was looking for my Aunt Bertha.
Not
Yes. You know,
you. You know what is entertainment?
what's that?
Pure entertainment is watching people's heads fly.
Oh no. Here you go, sir. Would you like chicken or venison, sir?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. It is
Get on your
so
knees and
hot
face away
cooking.
from me.
Me? Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So,
I want my
Mr.
Aunt
Suitman.
Bertha.
Oh.
I want my Aunt Bertha.
As much I would enjoy watching some blood against the wall, at this distance I would not like it over my suit, but this man happens to have a skill set that might be useful to construction, so I do kind of need him, Mr. Wolf.
Am I dead?
You're fine,
Yeah,
Mr. Rusty, you're fine. Don't shit yourself on the bed, please.
It's too late.
You know what?
I want my Aunt
Mr.
Bertha.
Rusty,
Yes.
Mr. Rusty. I apologize.
Yes, sir.
Please don't cry. I apologize.
I'm trying not to, but if this is anything like my Aunt Bertha's boyfriend, you're not really sorry. And you're gonna do it again.
Come here.
Grab a rag,
Rusty.
Mr. Rusty, and clean your face off.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mr. Raycrest. Harvey Waycrest. Pleasure's mine.
Mr. Ray. Hmm. Like I said, I find no pleasure from taking from the poor, and I only find pleasure in taking from the wealthy.
A modern day Robin Hood, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So, I've left you some food, the food I can spare,
I appreciate that.
as a,
I don't have much money.
oh, not a token of appreciation, but, I feel like you need it.
Oh.
I appreciate the gesture, Mr. Wolf. Unfortunately, my bags are kind of full with tools at the moment. Maybe Rusty would have room in his bag.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Again, Mr. Rusty, I apologize for my actions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can put your hands down, there's no need.
Yes, sir.
I hope we can become fondly acquainted with each other. As it has be, I am making my way through Cherno, so I would have no problem accompanying you two men.
Well, a little extra guns wouldn't hurt in the journey, but I do worry one thing. I am a man of business, and you say you like to take from the wealthy, and I'm currently not in a wealthy state these days, but if we perhaps become business partners in the future, I would like to understand your feelings towards the idea of my venue I work towards so greatly.
If I have a trust with somebody, such as business partners, I have no pleasure in taking from them. What they have gained with me and with themselves is theirs. And, of course, mine. Whatever I have gained. There's no pleasure in taking from them. In fact, I feel sorry if I do take from them.
Of course, Mr. Wolf, if there is a member attending the shows, and he seems to be lined with the pockets very well, I wouldn't mind saying your line of business being taken outside the walls and accompanying the person home, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Here's how I would do it. Let's say Mr. Rusty here is quite a wealthy individual. there's a lot of people at this party, this business establishment. Let's say he's having a beer or two. I walk in, face covered, obviously. Acquired with your tastes of clothing, which I might add, you look very nice.
Dapper.
Dapper, yes.
I try to make an appearance when I can.
So, Mr. Rusty seems to have a lot of wealth. He has a lot of coin in his pocket.
I'm very poor.
Not now, but, you know, as an example. You come up, you know, make acquaintances. Hello, Mr. Rusty, I'm Wolf. Nice to
Hello,
meet you.
let us meet like real men and gingerly touch tips.
Mr. Rusty, I think you may be mistaken in the formal manners. I might have to
What?
update you on that.
That's how I say hello. I touch tips. At least it's not docking, you know. Shoot. It's so hot over here. I gotta go over here.
So, what I would do is make my acquaintance, and then after a little bit of that, come in. Mr. Rusty,
Yes,
we
sir.
have you surrounded. You have nowhere to go. I suggest you come with me.
It's again. Oh, we were pretending right now.
It's
We're
a
role-playing,
figure of
right?
speech, Rusty.
Yes, okay. I get
If they
this.
refuse, I see no problem in anyone having any offense to a little bit of torture methods. Get the information we want.
You know, Mr.
Such-
Wolf, I like what you're saying. And here's the thing. I have some individuals in a previous, let's say, issues I've had, and I do plan on building a very special interrogation room in the penthouse. And a man of your skill set, from what it sounds like, you might very well fit in like a perfect puzzle piece. The device.
If you'll allow me, I think you'll like my interrogation methods. So let's say Mr. Rusty is sitting on that chair.
Hey, why is it me?
It's for demonstration, Mr. Rusty. Just please take it easy.
That's what Tommy down the street always said too, and he was very mean.
Mr. Rusty, look into my eyes, please.
And all I see is mine own reflection in your glasses.
Excuse me, let me take those off.
Oh my god, it's like looking at Hannibal Lecter's eyes.
Amusing. Mr. Rusty.
I'm
Let's
just
say
saying full
he
of warmth
hasn't...
and intelligence.
Did I tell you to talk?
Yes, sir.
Did I?
No,
Mr. Rusty?
sir.
What? Oh,
Let's say you haven't given me the information I want and you're sitting in that chair.
I wish I could.
This simple knife, quite sharp, as you can imagine. Simple knife, right above the knee, blade facing the knee, width-wise. Pop the kneecap out, quite easily.
You can, for
So-
sure. I prefer a different approach. Myself, a good thrashing with a pair of brass knuckles, a couple missing teeth tend to make people speak pretty quickly as well. But that is also a very quick way of getting answers.
You guys are scary. Can't you just ask them and say pretty please?
Mr. Rusty, with due respect, we live in a world these days where please and thank yous don't really mean that much. Luckily for you, you
I
have a
think they
skill
need
set.
more now.
Hey, Rusty, listen. You're in safe hands. Mr. Wolf here seems to be very skilled with a gun and methods of getting answers. And myself being a man of business, trust me, you have a very safe place with me at the penthouse. And a man of your skills as an electrician and construction, I think you have a very fruitful future with me. People are gonna
Yes,
remember
that
the
would be
name.
awesome. I just want you to know I don't want to be mean to people myself. What you have to do, you have to do. But I try not to be mean to people because I don't like it when people bully me. You guys do whatever you want. I do. You're my boss. I do whatever you say. You have a
Mr.
gun
Rusty.
pointed at my head. Sometimes I do whatever you
Mr.
say.
Rusty. Again, I apologize for my actions. You do not appear to be wealthy people, and if we are going into a business practice, I have no intention of taking from that business. You have my word that I will not hurt you if you do not do anything to me or my business associates that makes me want to do things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope we've reached an understanding.
I
Yes,
think we
sir.
have loud and clear. Mr. Rusty, I'll have to catch you up on the today and age of terms and terminology because you seem to be lacking a bit of understanding when it comes to metaphors.
Yes, well, like I said, I was homeschooled by my Aunt Bertha for 43 years, so I'm sure she didn't get everything right. She only had her GED, she claimed that she was going to be a nurse, and she had a degree from University of Phoenix Online. But I don't really believe her.
Hmm. Well, enough squabbling. I say we head to Cherno.
I agree. I agree. And your friend, though, you're telling me about,
Yes.
if he's interested in the venue I have planned for the future, let's just say the Den of Vice is going to be the most entertaining point of interest this country has seen in a very long time.
I sure hope so.
Because,
Yes, he's merely an acquaintance. He's, much like Rusty, not, you know.
Not, not sexually active for most of his life, or at all. It's not my fault. I can't help being a virgin. It's my Aunt Bertha's fault. Or did you mean not stupid?
Rusty, I suggest you shut your mouth.